That's America's dick. And it is, I mean, from an unbiased, straight POV, I'm telling you, the guy's got a hammer. He could have used that alone to defeat Thanos. There's microbes. Microbes that feed off of an atmosphere. What are you doing?
What?
What was the noise that came from your body inside of it?
Laptop. It was my laptop.
That was not.
It was my laptop.
You need to get your fan checked, bro.
Sounded like a baby lion just roared, but he's caught inside your
You
stomach.
guys were talking about Venuses.
Venus, it's a planet.
All right.
Get your head in the game today, Mike.
I'm way in
Welcome
the game.
back to Impaulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. Kinda. Yeah, Venus, what's good? They discovered life, microbes.
Phosphine, I think. It's a chemical. It's a gas. And apparently it's a sign that there's life in the clouds of Venus.
We're getting closer and closer. The day of reckoning is coming where the microbes from Venus will come down to this planet and ravage all.
They could. Could you imagine? Like how would we deal with them?
Same way we dealt with COVID, masks. No, we put on masks.
Oh.
Is Venus one of the gaseous planets? No,
Gaseous.
right?
Gaseous.
Gaseous?
Yeah, gaseous as fuck.
It is a gaseous?
No, it's hot.
It's hot,
It's
but
way
is
hot.
it made of stones or made of gases?
A lot of gas.
Come
Gaseous.
on.
I think there's stones,
Is
as
it
you say.
Really?
Pretty sure.
Look, guys,
I'm not a Venus expert.
It's been a crazy week. A lot's been going on. I can't focus because the fucking Dolan twins.
Oh.
They just won't stop chirping.
Yo.
What happened? It was all good.
Such nice guys.
We had them on the podcast and everything was great.
This is them.
Just jabbing.
Poking the beehive.
Right.
What they don't understand is there's hornets in there. I got nothing.
Nah,
I got nothing.
so Grayson really wants to wrestle,
Oh, yeah.
apparently. Like, dog, he's never talked about anything this much ever in his life. And Ethan and him just won't stop. And I think it's cute. Like, I get it. They want to wrestle. I get it. I want to put on a good show too.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, have you guys maybe considered for 1 second that there might be something more important on my horizon than wrestling a Dolan twin?
Well, Bread Batch posted a post on Instagram. You guys know how much I love Bread Batch. That said that you were going to be fighting Jimmy Bruckner.
Josh Bruckner.
Johnny Bruckner.
Who fought on the undercard of the KSI fight, won his fight. Very good fighter, by the way.
Yeah.
He DM'd me. He said, do you know something I don't?
Yeah.
I said, I have no fucking idea who made this up. I'm not fighting Josh. No.
Is this fan fiction?
Maybe. We started making out in the fan fiction, and that's when I stopped reading it. But
let's just be honest. If the people watching this episode, Bread Batch, Jimmy Bruckner, if any of those people knew what I know right now and what you know, what Mac knows about what's really going on, the internet would fucking melt. The computer you are watching this episode on right now would melt like the atmosphere of Venus. You have no fucking clue.
Bro, the Dolans they're so new to combat shit talking. I've been doing it for so long. You're scared. Just being a little bitch is like the easiest surface level insult you can try to use to provoke someone, right? You're like, you're just scared. Yeah,
why are you giving him a fake speech impediment?
Because that's how I hear them.
Scared.
You're
scared.
running from me because you're a little.
You clown bitch. You're scared.
I'm like, bro, you got me. I'm shaking in my boots over here. So,
said-
Dolan twins postpone. Put a pin in it. Grayson, I will wrestle you, my friend. You'll have your moment. For a second, you're going to lose. But trust me, it's coming. What else is going on? We're seeing Captain America's dick all over Twitter.
Poor
It's how
guy.
could you not? It's taking up all the fucking space. What he do? Chris Evans, Captain America Avenger, he posted a screen recording of his camera roll. And at the very bottom, there was a massive,
Hard
erect,
post.
It was hard. It was
post
hard,
penis.
right?
I think so. It was interesting.
He had some girth.
He had
going,
some
bro.
girth. I was impressed with the schlong and dong. I said, I'm not even.
I was about to say something also that I also censored.
Yeah.
Was it about the same thing? You
No.
think? Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
But there's also a headshot in his camera roll of him, and at the bottom it said something like "guard that pussy." Like
What?
in his camera? Look,
Who's he
Chris
talking to?
Evans-
Belle
Is he a
That's what I'm
bro?
saying. He's
Is he a bro? Is he like a college frat bro at heart, trying to like?
Maybe, or maybe he just loves fucking. Like, guard that pussy. Bro,
Maybe.
that's America's dick. And it is, I mean, from an unbiased, straight POV, I'm telling you, the guy's got a hammer. He could have used that alone to defeat Thanos. If Captain America whipped out his penis, he could have done it in the first one. But he didn't. And now here we are.
Here we are. He played himself, man. Did he play himself?
Congratulations.
No,
he
it's
didn't.
like the
He
same
didn't.
thing as the baby dick scandal of 2019. If your dick gets accidentally,
You're just a foot away from the mic.
He is Mike.
Who tapped me?
I did in the back of the head, so you move forward.
If your dick gets accidentally leaked on the internet and it does good for you, then who really loses?
Yeah.
Who really loses?
You're good to go. If you're gonna have a leaked, sexually charged photo and or video, you got to make sure it's ace, because it can make you. Look at Kim.
Yeah.
Like you said, look what
She
it
had
did.
a dick, one of her dick pics.
No, I was mainly talking about the sex tape.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe I am a little off today.
No, it's you gotta be careful, bro. I don't even know if I don't know if I should say this.
Okay.
But I think maybe it'd be conducive to the conversation, because it definitely pertains to what kind of we're talking about, and the idea of like, if you are going to be exposed online, make sure you look good, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
or it's
okay.
behind a paywall,
So,
right?
so behind a paywall and OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I saw a hilarious meme. Side note, I saw a hilarious meme. I love this. Boy says to girl, "Hey, baby, send nudes." She goes, "No." Girl says to guy, "But I sell them though." Guy goes, "Slut." Like, that's what's happened now. That's what's happened now. Like, a guy can't get free nudes from girl. Girl says, "That's fine, you can pay them now." Guy calls girl slut. The double standard's crazy. Back to the issue at hand.
Well, that's a great topic as well, but go on.
Yeah. Josie and I, we were fuck.
Josie's starting OnlyFans. Is that what you're about to say?
I don't know if I could even say. I could.
Well, don't
now that I'm
blue ball
really
the audience.
I know, but I'm
I
deep
do that
into
all
You
the
just
this
gave a whole
relationship.
speech about how this pertains and is great for the conversation.
We
ahead.
were making sweet
Make out.
love
Oh.
Oh, nice.
at my ranch,
Mhm.
out in the open, on a 4-wheeler, while we were driving it. I'll just say it.
Public automobilia sex.
Well, it's not public. It's extremely private.
Private
land,
auto
with
sex.
no one allowed.
Yeah. Autoerotica.
Autoerotica, exactly.
Auto.
But one machine did show up. There was signs of human life in the form of a helicopter
Oh.
that flew up above, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a news chopper. I don't know if it's a police chopper. I don't know what it is, right? So just in case, like, obviously if they have a long lens and it happens to be like Channel 5 News, like film, like, I don't know.
Telescopic type shit.
I did wave.
Okay, and then you went twice as hard.
Yep.
You sent
Yep.
it.
I sent it. I waved. I gave a thumbs up. Then I flicked them off.
You did it all right.
Yeah. Because if that came out, and here I am driving an ATV.
You should hope that video
while
comes
having
out.
sex, flipping off a helicopter. That's cool.
Are you kidding me? Here's internet bad boy Logan Paul seen at his $1 million Timothy Leary acid ranch, fucking a small woman over a RV or what the fuck is it called? ATV. Like, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah,
bro. You
yeah.
can't get any better.
Can we
than
just
that.
like go back and actually film that? Because you could probably make a buck on that one.
I won't say who it was, but of the two people there, one of them said, "Man, I wish we had a disposable camera right now." Because you're right. It was a moment, you know? Push yourself sexually. Go.
I watched speaking of OnlyFans stuff, I watched a video of Deji. Remember Deji?
He's on OnlyFans, huh?
Who, by the way, said Deji's
great.
not. Deji's
That's
not.
great.
But he said he could beat you.
I saw
He
it.
said it's a
Bro, when
everybody wants to. Bro, I'm telling you, that 0-1 record will just continue to haunt you. You need a dog.
Not haunt me,
'Cause
but
everybody's
it
just
makes me
picking on
it makes
you.
me such an easy target. I wanna beat the fuck out of someone, dude. Like,
Yeah.
just like
You got a
shut
lot to
people up
prove.
for a second.
You got a lot to prove.
I got a lot to prove, and
On
I
the comment
haven't yet. I haven't yet. There's gonna be one time where people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's what he was talking about when he was like acting all tough and
Right,
shit."
right.
I haven't shown it yet. I get it, and we're working on it.
I watched a video from Deji talking about OnlyFans the other day. Why was I watching the video? I don't know, but it was entertaining. And Deji was saying, "I can't believe we've got to this point now. girls are selling their nudes online and everyone's doing it. It's argy bargy. He probably didn't say argy bargy, but you would like to imagine that he did. But girls we know continue to slide down the slope. One in particular, I won't mention her name. Yeah, should we mention her name? I won't mention her name.
Sure. Say it.
Should I say her name?
Well, yeah, we can mute it if we want. Sure.
I mean, that one surprised me because I just, and I'm not judging at all. I how can I judge? But she always seemed like she wouldn't.
Can't be nudes. There can't be.
I don't know because I don't have an OnlyFans. I've never subscribed to any of the pages. I don't have an account. But sometimes I think, for what's it called? Research purposes, it might make sense to do so. Absolutely. But I can't. But
I mean, it's about the bag, dude. If if you have a good looking body and you're willing to put it out there for a bunch of fucking perverts to see,
right.
Like, yo, take advantage of the pervs. Do it. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Your editor Hayden said the other day we were in the group chat when I found out that was happening, and he said, "Well, it's about time women started making money off of their bodies."
Does that not make sense?
It makes
That's
so
what I'm
much.
saying. Like, why?
And listen, I'm not gonna sit here and have a conversation about right versus wrong or morals. Everybody's different. Everybody feels differently about things. To some people, that's extremely offensive that women are doing that. To other people, they don't care, and that's not up for discussion, or is up for discussion, I guess. But one thing that's for certain is for years and years and years, hundreds of years, men have been satisfying themselves to the sight of women's bodies, and women have not been compensated accordingly. They just haven't. They just haven't. And so for the first time in human, and it's so fucked up because the people that are generally angry about so many girls doing OnlyFans are the men that are jerking off to OnlyFans.
Is it just because they can't afford it? Or what's
I
the
don't
deal?
know what it is, but there should be the sanctity of these women. These women should be held to a higher standard. Not only is it not up to them, but they literally just came into a Kleenex. They just did. Are you telling me you're not jerking off? Guy with an opinion. You're not jerking off. Ben Shapiro, you're not jerking off.
I don't think he's ever touched his penis.
You don't think Ben Shapiro's ever jerked off?
I probably shouldn't have said that. But Ben, I love you, but I'd imagine he's never beat his meat.
You think so?
That's honestly impressive.
I'd put money on it. He's an impressive guy.
Yeah, he is.
Look, see how fast he talks?
No.
Well, he talks fast.
He talks real fast.
Yeah.
Which some I've seen say over the past week or so, and people have always said is how he finagles people.
He's a finagler?
Because he talks so fast you can't keep up.
Can't keep up. Yeah,
you try to process the thing he said a sentence earlier, and he's already 6 sentences down the road.
And he's already assumed your answer and gotten what you were going to say out of it. Yeah.
My only caveat with the OnlyFans thing is that it could definitely get dark like pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
Especially when you have like content crossover. Like that video you just showed me right before this podcast. Belle Delphine.
Let's talk about the Belle Delphine.
So
thing.
What happened?
Wild stuff.
How is that allowed on YouTube?
I do not know. And Belle Delphine has been known to push the envelope on YouTube. She makes these very, very dark videos, sexually charged. But this one,
there's like suicide ideation in it. There's a lot of
the actual acting. She's got a shotgun in her mouth. She's cutting her face with a razor blade.
It's dark.
Sucking on dildos. Like
on YouTube. It's a gun dildo.
A gun dildo on YouTube. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, didn't they take down Steve Will Do It's video last week because he had a beer in his hand? Like, I don't understand I do not understand what the fuck is going on.
That's why I'm confused too. Like, bro, we swear in the first 30 seconds of a video, demonetized. This is and again, not to take away from what she's doing. I don't know where the line is drawn from like what is acceptable on YouTube and what isn't. I'm positive the video is not monetized.
No,
I'm positive it's age gated. It still has 2 million views with a tag at the end to OnlyFans. Like this girl is probably cleaning up.
She's
Belle
definitely
probably slaying right now.
Definitely 0.1%. My assumption would be that Belle Delphine probably is making $150,000 to $200,000 a week on OnlyFans right now.
More
would be you think more than that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's $500,000 to $1 million per month. That video,
per month.
I'm looking at the video on your computer.
Yeah.
Called "Eat My Ass." It's on her channel.
That's the one below it.
11 million views. It's called. The title of the video is called "Eat My Ass."
I mean, how could you not click on it though, right? Is
I clicked on it. I clicked on it.
just now for the first time.
Research purposes. No, actually, I didn't. You can see.
I was about to say you didn't. You're cap as fuck.
But I did watch Plushy Gun, and that's the one that we're talking about. And she does have a visual CTA at the end of the video to OnlyFans, and it's like I didn't even know you could do that.
Can't you get banned from Instagram?
So Instagram, if you do swipe ups to OnlyFans, you are putting your account at risk.
That's wild.
Amara is not able to promote her OnlyFans because of
what is
Instagram's
What
rules.
does that require? Like, you can do a swipe up if there's no nudity, or you can't, because there's people with OnlyFans that aren't posting nudes, right?
So they're doing yes.
Who's checking that? Is someone at Instagram like, well, got to do my research today? It's the best.
No. I think it's
that compliance officer. That's your job.
It's just the nature of the platform.
Okay.
OnlyFans in general is it's like
correct,
even if you go on, they're not expecting to see nude. Like, how is that possible, right? Like, touch a stove is hot. You go on OnlyFans,
you're gonna find
you
it.
probably see something sexually charged.
Totally, but I mean, someone has to be like deciding. Oh, she posted this to her page. They have to go through the paywall to say, oh, let's take her Instagram down because she's posting nudes.
I mean, the sad part of it, and just the way that it is for both Instagram and YouTube, is that rules change by creator. That's just how it goes. Stuff that Jake Paul wouldn't be able to do, it can be done by somebody else.
It really is true.
It's just unfortunate. Like they will mark a lot of times the biggest creators with the most and with the highest visibility will be the most susceptible and scrutinized by the platform.
You gotta just play with the cards that you're dealt. You know, now's a good time to mention winning season returns and my bookie. Winning season means doubling your first deposit. Winning season means insane props, epic bonuses, and the craziest cross-sport wagers. At MyBookie, winning season means watching live sports and betting live sports all season long. So let's rejoice. The NFL has returned. That means action-packed Sundays and huge cash prizes. Get in on the action and use the promo code Logan. Double your first deposit. New players get up to $1,000 in free play, designed to add more excitement to the sports you love and the games you bet. Bet with the best this NFL season for your chance to win big. Use the promo code Logan at mybookie.ag and double your first deposit. Your winning season begins today only at MyBookie. But you know what? I've been watching other stuff that's not OnlyFans.
Good. That's good.
That, like some really positive stuff. You know, I just started getting into American Horror Story.
Yeah, AHS.
Wow.
Which one? Covenant? Is it Covenant?
I'm way behind, but I've watched Coven.
Yeah, Coven.
I just started Asylum and Murder House.
Mm-hmm.
This show is fantastic. I cannot believe it took me this long to watch American Horror Story. And I realized it during the one scene in Asylum, which is probably the best season, I wasn't blinking.
Oh.
I was scared to blink because I was like, I'm gonna miss something. If I blink, time of my life, I've wasted it blinking for this fantastic show.
Not this
No,
again.
I swear to
love it
God,
that much?
it's fantastic. I've never felt this way where I was like afraid to blink. And I realized I was just doing some math. I was like, yo, what if from here on out, I decide to not blink?
Right.
I'm done blinking.
Right now.
How much time would I save? How many more things would I get to see in life because I wasn't wasting that time blinking? And I did the math. And the average human blinks a lot. But I forgot my numbers.
So what you're saying is your evidence is math.
You basically, but in the average lifespan, like 75 years, I think my calculation was you've wasted 44 days blinking.
All right, but like, what about your eyes working because of blinking?
Do you want that to
I'm
happen?
positive there's some sort of training that I could do so I don't miss a damn thing.
But you'd have, like, how would you keep your eyes moist?
I don't like the questions that you're asking.
Okay.
So I'm not going to answer them.
But
because I haven't gotten that far.
Can I ask you one? Do you think that you get those days just like added on to the end of your lifespan if you don't blink? Like what? Like
No.
Because
think about what you miss.
but they're not at the same time. So okay, here's what you miss. If you're watching an hourglass, you'll miss approximately 3% of the sand particles falling.
I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it.
I don't want to miss a thing. What are you
I don't
fucking
wanna miss it.
Armageddon? Is Aerosmith? Like what do you?
Life is good. There's a lot going on, a lot of good stuff. Stop
But
blinking.
you trying to watch hummingbirds flap their wings? You trying to see the specific second
you guys,
your ejaculate shoots out of your pee? Like, what are you looking for in the moment?
I don't know, bro.
You think you were blinking when you let your dogs murder a dear friend of mine?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm working on it.
We can put a Band-Aid on them.
Yeah, but you know what we can't put a Band-Aid on?
Sounds like an ad.
No. The medical system. Are you guys aware of how bad our medical system is? Have you been into a hospital recently? Have you been checked on by a doctor recently?
Not really.
I have. I was just laughing at his answers because he's like, I haven't seen a doctor in ages.
You look fine. You look healthy.
Yeah, you're good.
I've said this before on this show. Like, humans are relatively simple creatures. As advanced as we might think we are, we're very simple creatures. Even watching Social Dilemma yesterday, and just like literally how easy we are to be programmed as a species, who we think we're like this autonomous, like decision-making species. Like, no, we're not. You're glued to your phone. You're half Android, and Facebook tells you what you're interested in and serves ads to you based on what you think you're interested in.
You're going down a different rabbit hole. You're going to medical. Because we're not doing.
No, I'm going to like how simple humanity really is.
Right.
Because I go into the hospitals, and you know, I've been going through some ailments that I'm working through. You guys know, wrist, ankle. I've been sent to 4 different wrist specialists at this point. We're in LA. I have money. I have access to the best doctors in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm literally being ping-ponged around by doctors because neither of them know what's wrong inside my body. We have no idea.
Yeah, I hear you.
This is what I'm getting.
I hear you.
We are so far behind medically in how much we know about the knowledge of the human body and what we can do to fix it. And I mentioned it to Danny, and she says, that's why it's called practicing medicine. Seriously, to this day, we are still very much just practicing. We do not know shit.
Hold on. We've made leaps and bounds. We've covered leaps and bounds of growth and development over the past 50, then 100, then 200, then 3. Like, we've been in this conversation before with your claims that we haven't had a single major human invention since the wheel. I think
we haven't.
Come on,
wheel.
You gotta give the community at least some credit for the fact that they can go in, stick a balloon in a clogged artery, and keep your mom alive after. You know what I'm saying? Like. But
why can't I put my arm under a machine that goes over it and fixes my bones instantly?
Right, like the movies. I'm with you, and I can relate a lot more. Excuse me, who the fuck do you think you are?
Milt said acupuncture.
Oh, acupuncture.
I'll give it a shot, Milt.
You gotta try everything.
The reason I agree with you now, I think medical is leaps and bounds again ahead of mental. Now, the psychiatry field has been the exact same in my eyes for a couple decades now. Patient goes in, I'm suffering severe X. The doctor says, well, it sounds like you are suffering from dart. And then they're like, and the medication for that is at a different dartboard. And they're like, try Lexapro, try Effexor, try this, try that. And you just guinea pig your way into the hopes of a better tomorrow. And so like, I think the medical field has, I mean, let's be honest, like they're going to take care of you. They just haven't quite figured out what's going on. You've been jerking off too much.
Do you know how?
You hurt your poor wrist jerking off too much.
Do you know how they would amputate limbs in the Civil War era?
I would assume with a hacksaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what they would do, bro? Check it. If someone got shot and they had to amputate a limb, they'd cut through the limb. By the way, if you have anesthesia, that's great, but we might not.
Right.
They cut through the limb and then leave a flap of skin on the opposite side to just paste over and then like put some stitches and hope you don't get infected and die. That was 200 years ago?
Right.
Bro, I'm telling you, we really have not advanced that much. And that's my same concern with the wheel. The wheel's been around for thousands of years.
Still round as hell.
And we still ain't floating.
But why? I asked you this same question because you're having a calm conversation about this today. You get fired up about
Because it pisses me off,
me
bro.
and you have had late night conversations about this at the ranch next to the fire. The kid's gone off the fucking deep end, flipping out. We need fucking advancements. And I'm like, well, my question for you, Logan, is at what point do you give up your multi-million dollar situation you're currently in, shooting the shit with your homies about dicks on the podcast, and go reinvent the fucking wheel?
No, because I'm too dumb.
No, you're fucking
I'm too dumb.
not.
I am.
All right,
I
you
swear to God,
are,
I'm
but
too
still.
dumb. I'm too. We need. I don't know, but the education, health, and mental and psyche conversations. Like we need to figure ourselves out.
Right.
We need. I'm not the one to do it.
Well,
I'm not
we
going to do
started
it.
to.
You're just gonna comment on it.
Yeah,
and say
that's
there's a
it.
problem. There's
That's what I'm
something
saying.
wrong here. Someone
I'm-
else do something about it.
I'm gonna complain. Y'all handle it.
We started.
And you can. I bet someone watching this podcast will make an incredible technological breakthrough where I can indeed stick my wrist under a machine, a light will go over it, and it'll be healed. It'll fix my fracture in a second.
like the move, like Fifth Element. You know,
Exactly.
listen. Yes. Come on. I forgot what I was gonna say. Can somebody play the Jeopardy music while I think about this or something? No, don't do it. We'll get copyright.
yeah.
infringement.
Oh, yeah.
Even for that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. for
If
you
you
humming
do
it.
it with your own voice.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to be friends with Alex Trebek though. We got to get on that
Oh,
show.
yeah, I
Please,
love
can we
him.
bring back YouTube Jeopardy? It'd be so fun.
Amazing.
We could.
I would
We
love to do that. Yo, can I give that thing that I was gonna say to the audience now? That I told you? All right. So I was talking to Logan about this morning. This is an encouragement for the beautiful, always good-looking and fantastic Impaulsive audience that we call our fans, friends, and followers out there, the people in the comment sections. I am asking you, maybe even we're asking you, is there any chance that following this episode, following the episode after this episode, the comments can just simply be a extension of the conversation we're already having here? This is a talk show that you're watching. We encourage you wholeheartedly after this episode to continue talking about the things we talked about in the comments. We want to know, what medical advancements do you feel have been made over the past years? What do you think about Belle Delphine's last YouTube video? I'm going to speak for just myself on this one and tell you that we don't really give that much of a shit who you want Mac to be replaced with or who I want to be replaced with. This is not a fucking high school drama show. We're not here to find out who you... Mike's nose looks bigger than ever. I know.
No, guys, that's.
It doesn't stop growing.
I'm just gonna echo, just because the comments have turned into a bit of a maelstrom of just chaos.
Of chaos.
The chaos. Like we get it. You guys hate Mike. You love Mac.
Yes, we get it.
We totally get it. But it is a talk show, and we would like to keep the conversation going, and that's what it is. You guys are the fly on the wall. What are your opinions? If the comments could reflect the subject matter in a bit of a heavier way, I think it'd be really conducive to the entire production that is Impaulsive.
And I feel like there would be a much higher chance that you jump into the comments, I jump into the comments. Yo, that's a good point. I didn't think of it that way. When I go on Rogan's show, no one's like, yo, I don't like what happened between Rogan and the co-host. Start a fucking war about it. Like,
Sometimes.
really? Do they do that? Anyways, all I'm getting at is this. If there's a way we can continue the conversation, talk about the topics that we're talking about because this is a talk show, that'd be fucking fantastic. Nice adult, mature conversation in the comments. I'll be jumping in there. And by the way, I also have to give away these shoes at some point.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah.
I know you
I
are.
got to find the person who fucking won them. So shout out to the Impaulsive audience. You guys are awesome.
Do you remember when you were in high school?
I do.
You remember those days?
Barely.
You had a girlfriend?
I did.
Did you, Mike?
Yeah, Tracy Conroy. Shout out Tracy Conroy. I'm happy that you're married now with kids.
The life
that was
you
backhanded.
never had. That could have been you.
I'm really
fam.
fucking happy that you got married to someone else.
So I was like reminiscing a little bit, and I had a girlfriend in high school. You had a girlfriend. You could probably relate. I forgot there was like an obligation to see that person in the morning before the bell rang for the first class. Do you remember this? Like whether you drove to school together, whether it's just like a hey at the lockers,
Right.
7:30 a.m. And at the time, I remember thinking like, yo, this sucks. I don't want to see anyone right now. It's 7 a.m. Let alone my girlfriend, who I gotta like act like I care, even though I'm sleeping. Like I've never been a morning person. I've never liked waking up early, and this like weird obligation in high school to show attention to a loved one at 7:15 in the morning.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Are you applying that same logic from your high school days to now?
No, I'm just talking about dating in high school is hard. It's
There's
hard.
like a lot of weird obligations in a high school relationship.
Like between classes,
you had to hug. You had to like, okay, we have 2 minutes in between classes. I'll come see you and say hi. How are you?
Like why?
Just because it's sweet. It's cute.
It's like training
it's sweet
wheels.
and cute, bro.
Is it sweet and cute, or are you doing it because like the people before you did it and like
I
your
don't
friends
know.
do it?
No, I think when you're, I think that when you're in high school and when you're young, things are new and they're magical.
Yeah,
they're magical, dude.
You're in love.
You're in love, and you're in a different form of love. You're not in a love like
puppy love.
Damn, this girl hasn't tried to stab me recently. I guess I'm in love. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to see that fucking person every fucking. You're like, damn, I wonder what she's thinking about. How can I fold up a paper football with a note that says you're cute and send it to the back? Like all that kind of shit's going on, and all your hormones are firing.
You don't even
off.
know that the frying pan next to the on the nightstand
exists yet.
Okay.
You're not ready for that type of action yet. Like you're just everything's cute and new to you, and so when you see that girl walking in the hallway, it goes to slow motion, and little ficus plants turn to cotton candy in the hallways, and hearts start to fall from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit's cute, bro.
But it's hard, is what I'm saying. Like it's stressful, bro. It's 7 a.m. Like adults don't greet each other at 7 a.m. then proceed to do the same in equal increments throughout the entire day, bro. If Josie woke me up at 7 a.m. 7:30 a.m. and tried to have a conversation, I go, what are you?
Well, you are not. You
Back up.
Parenthood's gonna be a big awakening for you,
Bro, Josie, sweetest girl ever. The other morning, she came over. She gave me kisses, bro. She got work 8:30 a.m. Kisses on my face. And I think I woke up on the wrong side of the bed or something, but I was like getting annoyed. I told her this. I was like, bro, I love when she gives me morning love and morning affection, just like before her day. But this particular morning, and I guess this is like a prime example of what I'm saying, is like I'm just irritable in the morning. Who's not? Who's not? And so it's hard to put on a face in high school and pretend, or maybe not pretend, like you're in love if you know what it is and what that feels like. But times are changing. Kids are growing up faster. They're falling in love.
That.
You know,
I don't like that. That upsets me. We're not doing social dilemma today. We keep going to it, and it's the only thing I can think about on everything. We're going to talk about it on the Casey Neistat episode slightly. Social dilemma. I just want to hit this really quick. Social dilemma, Netflix, trending right now. Me and Logan watched it last night. I'd already watched it. He wants to watch it again so that we can have a proper breakdown of that show. It is captivating fucking programming.
Yeah, it's just regarding the way that technology, specifically social media, and the data that you give to these social media platforms when you use their product is collected to form an online avatar of you, where the puppeteers can literally predict your behavior. Yep. It's terrifying. It's led to so much political divide. It's connected a lot of people. But what we said the other day is the good that social media provides because of the connections that it's making is not nearly as strong as the negative downside of social media because of the divide that it creates.
That's the conversation. I don't even know that we came to a conclusion. Was that your conclusion after watching that episode, or is it the question you went in with?
Well, I think so, because I don't mind social media platforms optimizing their product and trying to get as much data as me. They're trying to sell a product, and there's definitely going to be some efficacy things that come in there. But I do mind what it's doing to Generation Z.
And that's
the conversation.
That's where we landed. We've seen it because when we first started watching the episode and you started saying, you kept having me stop it and saying, I don't see the fucking problem. Like this company is mining this data. This company's putting together an avatar to predict your real world behavior so that they can advertise better too. And it's all capitalism and it's all for the profit of these corporations. But I don't see the problem with it. And I said, that's right. 2015, 25-year-old Logan, strong-minded, set in his fucking ways, sure, to an extent, sure about what he's doing in life, isn't affected by the things that social media does as much as Gen Z.
16-year-old.
12-year-old, 14-year-old. I mean, some of these kids nowadays are getting phones at ages that are mind-blowing. And so in the episode, there's a dramatization that plays out that shows this girl, and she's getting comments about her ears and she's crying, and then it goes into this entire breakdown on the correlation between the 2013 advent of smartphones and release into society and a massive increase in suicide attempts and self-mutilation.
Self-harm, yeah.
I mean, bro, the correlation is exact. You have a pretty steady growth. You have the advent of the smartphone, and you have a fucking 150% increase in suicide attempts and self-mutilation. There is no question that there is a marked increase in anxiety, depression.
I have a word for that. Sentence.
What is it?
It's called instant digital empathy.
Okay.
Never before have you been able to feel what Becky is feeling in Nantucket, what James is feeling in Colorado, what Christian is thinking in China on his vacation or whatever. But at one moment in one story, you can see beach pictures. You can see my dog just died. You can see this, and you're pinging from high emotion to low emotion to high to low to sideways to mad to happy. And it's instant. It's certainly digital. And you're becoming empathetic with people who are not directly next to you or related to you in any way other than you follow them on the screen.
And they talked about this on the show. They talked about social media being akin to a slot machine. You pull the lever, you refresh your feed, you don't know what you're going to get.
Yep.
And
that's why it's so exciting.
It's so exciting. Dopamine hit, dopamine hit, dopamine hit. And they also said, and when I say these are the show is based on sit-down interviews with the people who built social media. These are the ex-presidents of Facebook, of Instagram, of YouTube, the people that created the algorithms. They know exactly why everything is doing exactly what it does. And another one of the notes the guy said is, never before has there been a time where you would get feedback about you, your personality, your looks from hundreds of thousands of people. Wow. That we've evolved to care slightly about what people in our inner circle and our tribe think of us. And we make slight and for decades we've made slight adjustments to address what our people think of us. Mm-hmm. Now we're making slight adjustments to address what thousands and thousands and thousands of people we will never see globally think of us. This has never, ever, ever happened.
It's a lot.
Before.
It's a lot of attention.
Crazy. And there were so many great quotes in this show. And the other one of the ones that stood out to us that shocked us as well was there's only two products that label their customers as users: drugs and software. Mm-hmm. That's it. Those are the only two things.
How interesting is it that social media, you are the drug and the user? Like, because of you, you are providing the drug for other people.
What was that? There was another good quote about that.
By the way, we weren't supposed to do. We were going to do this.
We need to get an expert.
We're going to bring somebody on, but I think we're doing a good enough job. But there was.
It's interesting because like when you log into social media, you have a goal. Check my Twitter feed, see what my mom's doing. Guess what Twitter has? A goal.
Its own goals
as well.
Yeah.
Twitter has a goal.
They're trying to show you this.
You have an objective, and Twitter has another objective. And
so you're going to accomplish yours, but Twitter's also going
to. He's saying that like that's not how tools work.
That's not how tools
you
are
pick up a
supposed to
tool,
work.
you use it, it facilitates something. You pick up your phone, you use it, but this thing is selling to me. It's using me. It's selling to me. It's selling to me based on what it thinks I like, based on how long I spend with the Josie Canseco photo on my screen. They'll know I looked at that photo. Baby, I got you. 15 seconds. Mike Malak photo comes up. Maybe half a second max.
Yeah.
Scroll on to the next one. Oh my God, is that boxing gloves? Oh, those are comfy. If I'm on it for more than 3 seconds, I've just been pixeled.
Retargeting.
That's why you said retargeting's coming. Wow. Oh, you left a checkout, a shopping cart empty.
But this is all the stuff we already knew. It's just
here in LA.
Yes. A small group of people, and a lot of our very educated, impulsive audience. But then there was a lot of stuff in that fucking episode that was stuff that I didn't even know. Yeah. I mean, it started to dive into the disinformation that exists on the internet and how that is pushing the political divide that is greater right now than it ever has been before. Fake news spreads at a rate. We talked about this with Casey on the episode that comes after this. 6 times faster fake news spreads than real news.
It's insanity.
And so it's there's really no way to estimate the dramatic effect that social media is
That's
having.
the biggest
is
problem.
having on
We
us.
don't know yet. We will know in 20 to 25 years. It'll have been too late. The problem, as identified in the social dilemma, is very evident. I'm happy to say I do believe there's a solution, and I just believe it's an ethical thing. I think whoever like regulates the internet or regulates and make sure Facebook
some
is
sort of
abiding by
government.
like some sort of moral
FCC,
standard.
probably Federal Trade Commission.
They're gonna
FCC
come
or
up with
whatever.
something that definitely prohibits social media and these massive platforms. But then again, maybe not, because the information and the data that social media collects and gathers
Helps the
is also
government. It's
will
a
also
mess.
aid the government.
It's
so
a
if the
mess,
government is
bro.
getting behind to go further with whatever propaganda or information or disinformation they want to do. If the government gets behind social media platforms and they don't do the right thing and provide some sort of ethical code for them to follow
collect
as they're
data,
building
don't do this.
as they're building the
Privacy,
code,
yeah.
we're gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
Revert. Were you gonna say something?
Yeah. I just
Go
have
for
a
it.
question about algorithms, but keep going.
Go for it. That was it.
My question is like, how soon are we going to be able to talk to an AI, go to @Instagram and say, hey, I'm tired of seeing all these pictures of yellow Tonka trucks. Can you please start showing me black labs? And it answers and it says, yes, here you go. Here are like, do we not have any power? Do we
I
not
mean,
have
that's
any
already
control?
happening. I mean, because here's the thing, and I don't even think they covered this at all. But all these platforms are working together as well. So when you go search Black Labs on Google, don't be surprised when Black Labrador starts showing up in your Instagram feed. Like these things are all working together in fucking in with share voice, and it's a mess. And I think we also talked about people that are immune to the downside and the negative side of social media, because we talked about Gen Z being the core sufferer.
Yeah.
I said my mom had a best friend my entire life growing up. I called her Auntie Cindy. Her name was Auntie Cindy. Best friends, best friends.
Uh-huh.
They grew up together. They did everything together. They went through all the trials and tribulations of life together. In 2016, when all of the disinformation, fake news, the right saying the left is trying to kill everyone, take our guns, the left saying the right is trying to steal the money and put the kids in cages on the border of Mexico, all of the disinformation severed the relationship between my mom and her best friend.
Wow.
They do not they do not meet in any middle ground or talk anymore.
And how long have they been friends?
50 years.
Okay, so check
40,
it.
50 years.
This is what we're saying. The scale at which social media connects and leads to positive anything,
Yep.
i.e., met a guy, bought a Pokemon card from him, brought two people together who would have never met, conducted a business transaction.
Had a threesome, 2 girls slid into it, like that kind of situation, right?
All right.
Just different examples. Any examples?
It's not nearly,
examples.
does not nearly have as much weight as the idea of, because of social media and disinformation, 2 friends of 50 years are no longer speaking to each other. Like, one of those has a little bit more weight,
Right.
in my opinion,
And
skews in the opposite direction.
And the best friends not talking to each other is still not the apex of the
worst
of
of
the
the
downside.
worst.
Oh yeah,
Because as you learned further in the episode, and some of the biggest disinformation when it starts to get hot is then propagated by the platform, i.e. Pizzagate. Okay. And so Facebook noticed that people who were who were likely to be interested in chemtrails and anti-vaccination
Even
stories,
flat Earth stuff.
were also likely to be interested in a new story that was coming out about this thing called Pizzagate. And so Facebook knew that if they served Pizzagate stories to these people, they would watch long enough to see the ads and Facebook would make more money.
Serving you content that you've shown interest in, even though it's false. Like,
Even though it's false. So Facebook ends up
no one's
propagating
spreading disinformation. Bro.
disinformation, propagated the Pizzagate scandal or the Pizzagate conspiracy, which has been debunked through and through by every single person ever attached to anything. It is the most debunked story ever, was propagated by Facebook, and that led to a man going with a rifle to the pizza shop and shooting a bullet into the fucking pizza shop. No one was injured, but there are real life consequences for the actions these platforms are taking for profit.
Bro, we haven't even seen the beginning. I'm telling you, there are going to be some serious repercussions that we find out about in a decade or two. It's crazy. Yeah. But this started with us saying, like, kids are growing up faster. Their access to information and also anything is right at their fingertips.
Scary.
It's scary. I'm interested to see how parenting changes.
Yeah.
Just getting into a little bit deeper of a conversation for a second, like shout out to all the parents out there raising kids. I imagine it's a little harder in an age where like physical discipline is frowned upon in a way that if you do it nowadays, like you'll get in massive trouble. Like, when I was growing up, physically disciplined, stayed in line because my parents, and nothing violent, but like, a spank, got the spoon. Maybe if I did something real bad, the belt. And you just can't do that now. Mm-hmm. Probably for good fucking reason.
Yeah,
but there has to be a best practices when it comes to parenting. Like, how can you...
Well, this is going to be like the new thing is these kids are going to be on their phones, so you're going to have to communicate through the phone to really reach them.
Yeah,
if you gave them a phone, is there a best age to provide your child with a phone? Do you keep it from them till they're in high school? But then again, is that too late? And will they have no friends because they didn't have a means of connecting to people? Like, it's crazy. The amount of best practices parents are going to have to learn when raising kids for the next 20 years. It's going to be a whole new way of raising a family. Like, man, kids are trying to bring their phones to the dinner table. That was unheard of when I was growing up.
But now every kid's doing it, and the parents are having to scream. But it's like every single thing you look at is under some sort of massive overhaul as a result of social media. Like think about this. Like, we sit back and we think social media. Oh, I got to see Logan jump off a crane. That was cool. But what people don't talk about all day is how Egypt's government is running completely differently now as a result of social media. How presidential campaigns in the United States are 100% changed. Historically, categorically changed because of social media. Like everything, parenting, e-commerce, the stock market, everything has been massively altered as a result of the advent of social media. And so it's wild.
And we don't know what it's going to do yet. That's the scariest part of it. We're in the midst of the shit.
Social dilemma, Netflix, watch it, and then come back to the comments and let us know what you think. If you can do that, that'd be great. That'd be fantastic.
I was at the ranch this weekend.
How's that?
It was phenomenal. It was actually phenomenal. It was just me and Josie.
Mm-hmm. First time.
One of the best times there.
Yep.
One of the best. It was it's built for something like that. My dad got these ranch cats that were left at the gate, and they're kittens. And we went outside, and the kittens, all of them came down from this tree. They sleep in this tree, and they hunt on the land, bro. Like little mice, cool. Little lizards, and you see them prowling through the grass. And we smoked a little bit and just watched these cats all day, cuddle with the one, just like really connected with these animals. And I realized, like, bro, cats are so badass. Cats are so badass. Mm-hmm. And I'm watching these things, and I was looking at them, and I'm like, yo, like, this is kind of my spirit animal. Like, honestly, I think I'd like to think, anyways, that I embody the energy of like a big cat, like a tiger.
I was about to get upset with you.
Not a kitten.
I was about to get upset. I can't stand cats.
What?
I can't stand cats.
Why?
I'm a dog guy. Now you said a big cat because I don't like cat. Imagine this. You come home. There's a cute dog there waiting at the door for you. Say, come here, buddy. He's happy to see you. He runs up. He starts licking you. He goes almost as far as saying, how was your day, brother?
Yeah.
You're my homie.
Yeah.
You come home. You see a cat. It just fucking walks the other way. It sticks its tail up in the air. You see, it's a dry asshole.
Yeah, it's
it goes and
independent.
pees in a box in your house.
Yeah, it does what it wants, Mike. You're being a selfish pet
No,
owner.
fuck that.
You
dude.
what? The pet is just there to serve you
no,
at all times.
No, but at least it's your friend. Cats aren't your friend.
No, they can be. They can be.
Dude,
they can be.
Dude, you're upsetting people. I'm telling you. Here's a poll right here. There's a poll. Caleb's saying no poll. Cats, dogs, and I assure you,
I'm not saying.
Okay.
Bro, obviously I'm gonna choose a dog over
Okay.
a cat. I'm just saying cats are such cool like, bro, I'm watching these kittens climb trees that are 20 feet tall.
Yeah.
Prowling so silently. Every move they
Stalking.
make is calculated. I swear to God, every step. They're fascinating creatures. So I identified with a tiger as my spirit animal. Mac, what's your spirit animal?
I got 2 of them. I love the blue heron. It's like this bird that sits out on the open water and just looks out at the sunset all day. That's me.
Yeah, you know
Oh,
what else?
yeah,
You know
oh, yeah.
What else it does? It eats our koi fish in the back.
I know.
In the backyard.
Did you? Was
Did
that
you-
part of
did you
your?
do
I
that?
talked to him. Remember that one day he was here and you're like, I'm gonna go shoot him with the bow and arrow. I was like, listen, man, I'll go talk to him. I'll tell him you can't eat. It's not a buffet. It's you got to pay to play here.
I had the same as a squirrel. Had the arrow drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Could not do it.
Yeah, good.
Could not do it. Killed.
He's gonna go plant another tree over there.
$20,000 worth of koi fish.
Yeah, but I talked to him. He's not
Couldn't
coming
do-
back. Trust me. He's not
Okay.
coming back.
Okay. Good.
He's good. The other one, I just like a moose, but like a big albino moose.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. What, you got one? You're tricky. You're like a platypus that's somehow
walrus
lives
kind
on
of looking
land.
right now.
A walrus who lives on land his whole life hasn't experienced the ocean.
I'd say ground walrus would work. I
A
would say
ground
a
walrus.
land walrus, landress.
Bison?
Is this a weight? Was that a weight thing? Is that a weight thing? 'Cause
No,
of the
it's more so
heaviest
just like
animal?
the shape of your head.
I love bison.
They're pretty cool.
So I've seen one. It's one of my favorite things. I've seen one up close at Yellowstone National Park.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen a great American bison?
I heard they're massive.
Are they they're the biggest land animal, right?
Heaviest for sure.
Biggest land animal? Have you ever heard of an elephant?
No,
Mike?
no, no. What I mean, I don't mean biggest size wise. I mean from a like an ego standpoint.
Oh,
Yeah.
like they're the biggest on earth.
Yes,
Got it.
yes. like yo, like
They
I'm
can
the
weigh- they
goat.
can weigh
I'm
up
the
to
goat.
2200
It's not a
pounds,
goat.
guys.
I know.
It's just an undulate.
2,200 pounds, guys.
That's big.
Elephants can weigh up to 13,000. Oh
so
my
what?
God.
So what I meant was like yo, biggest like character. Like they're like a big
Yeah,
personality.
yeah.
But those things got crazy beards, bro. That's why I thought you would like them. They got
Oh, they're pretty
crazy,
cool.
Like
What about like a yak? A Mac yak? If someone can draw me as a yak, that'd be pretty cool.
That's
I
mad
bet you
cool.
somebody in the audience could do it. I was flying back in from Chicago last night after a trip there with Amara and Michael, my son. And I'm flying, I'm sitting there with my mask strapped around my face, and I'm looking out over the beautiful abyss that is downtown Los Angeles, which is just such a beautiful sight normally. But now it's just covered by a layer of thick smoke, and in the distance, the hills are ablaze. And I'm sitting there with my mask on, looking at the fires burning the hills of Los Angeles and watching the Eagles lose to the W's. Thinking to myself, what the fuck is happening in this godforsaken world? Like, what the fuck, bro?
The hills are on fire.
The whole West
I
Coast.
seen a tornado
It's sad. It's
made
sad.
of fire.
Yeah, fire NATO.
I seen a fire NATO.
How do you fight that?
I don't know.
A water NATO? Where's your Blastoise?
It's
Oh.
it's really bad. And on a serious note, I mean, to everybody in Oregon and NorCal that's just dealing with this shit. Holy shit, dude! Like, stay strong. I what do you even say? I mean, what do you even say to this?
Stay
about
safe.
This? Stay safe.
Especially after
away.
it's just the message has been the same, just on repeat. Broken record for the entire year. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Sending
Stay
good vibes, good
alive.
energy,
However,
praying
like
for
it's
you.
it's survivalism right
it's a
now.
disaster.
It's wild.
All right, let me take you back to a happier place.
Oh, okay.
Remember when you were a kid?
Hell yeah.
There are some real staple items that
Staples.
as adults we don't eat anymore. We don't see, we don't experience, we don't feel.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about some. Toaster
Ooh.
strudel. Toaster strudel.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
This is not a topic you can just change. What you've just brought up here is a very important fucking.
I know.
I didn't know if you were going to jump straight to
No,
something. Okay,
no.
toaster strudels are fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And they still exist.
Yeah.
They're brought to you
They're
by a
still
company
there.
called Pillsbury that is represented not by a W, but by a small man that when you poke his stomach, he makes it.
He giggles.
He makes a funny sound.
We're gonna get copyright on that one.
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
I don't think so.
Go-to flavor. On 3. Do you have one?
I think so.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Strawberry.
Apple.
Only ever eaten one.
That's can't be a
That's a
flavor.
shit.
It's really
Flavor.
true.
Okay. Strawberry's great.
But my problem was this.
Okay.
And like I know you can relate to this. So toaster strudel. I like frosting, bro. Like I'm a frosting guy. So I spread the frosting.
Yep.
And then I often find I need a little more. So I'll take another pack. But they only allocate enough frosting packs.
For the amount of bro, you're talking
Dude,
about
you know what I'm saying?
most strenuous part of most people's youth.
Yeah.
Maybe not Gen Z, but every week I threw away a package with 3 toaster strudels in it.
Yep.
Because you need to use 2
Yep.
icing packets on each toast. You have to. What are you, a
Yeah.
fucking
at
loser?
least 1.5. And it throws the rhythm off. If you have
Right.
siblings, you can imagine how Jake felt when he come downstairs and he cook his 2 toaster strudels and there'd only be 1 frosting
Wow,
pack.
it's game
Right.
over.
What do you do?
Right.
Right? It's horrible.
And I also often, while we're on this, had a lot of trouble opening the packets, the little sugar packets, because remember they would be shaped like this, and then the top would be a little slit.
It's tough.
I would ruin them sometimes, and it
So
would ooze out the
hard,
side.
so
Do you remember these
Yeah.
troubles?
Yeah. Why couldn't they just fix that and optimize it?
Create a small pistol device
Anything. Really.
that shoots out white fluids.
Lunchables?
Delicious, absolutely delicious.
I'll munch on a Lunchables here and there. I'll throw myself back.
Did you like the pizza ones? I was the ham, turkey, cheese,
I was a big
Skittles.
pizza Lunchable.
But did you heat them up?
No.
You didn't even heat them up?
Nah.
Are
'Cause
you
it was
supposed to?
lunch, man. It was like I didn't have time to heat it up.
I wouldn't eat them unless I heat it up.
Good for you.
Like, so actually made a small pizza.
I would
3.
turn it all into one sandwich.
Real-
And
oh,
just eat it like
that's-
that.
It's very Mac
Capri
of
Sun,
you.
right?
Capri Sun, for sure.
Capri.
What'd you
Just
say?
Capri.
cut me a little slack. It's
He's talking about the Italian island.
this is our 4th episode of the day, bro. I'm running on fumes.
Capri.
Did you really just?
With the chocolate sauce,
Huh?
the pizza with the chocolate sauce.
Oh, the Lunchables? That's crazy.
Thanks,
I don't
Danny.
know about Go-Gurt's phenomenal, Fruity Pebbles,
Gogurt.
French Toast Crunch, not Cinnamon Toast Crunch. French Toast
Don't
Crunch.
even know what that is.
I know what it is. The
Discontinued-
little French toast.
Yes.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Waffle
but
crisp.
But while you're on cereal and you just once again you skipped over something that you brought up as evidence to another thing. You just mentioned the GOAT cereal of all time. This is one thing I won't ask you what your favorite cereal is because your only answer can be Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
That is it.
I
That's the
agree.
only acceptable answer.
I agree. No other cereal has stood the test of time like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It is so good. It is so good, and it is so versatile. The things you can do with Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
Peanut butter
are fantastic.
sandwich.
and anything,
Ice cream.
bro. Even the milk, bro. At the end of the bowl,
The milk that
they
exists.
make ice cream that is that flavor.
The milk that exists after bowl 3 of Cinnamon Toast Crunch is what Zeus urinates.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
It is a nectar of the gods,
Gods.
bro. Okay, literally.
Yeah.
Think about that after bowl 3, and then you don't want to stop. You don't want to stop. You throw a little more milk in there. Go to bowl 4. Go to bowl 5. At some point, this just turns into a cinnamon dairy delight.
Is it solid at that point? I mean, it's got to be.
It's become somewhat sugary, yes, but
And I don't know what makes it so. It's just cinnamon and sugar, right? Like this isn't like some sort of
It's-
crazy, but something about it.
you're taking me down memory lane, right
Dog,
now.
and even like, yo, you smoke a little bit, you pour yourself a bowl of cereal. The other day, I popped the box up and started playing the games on the back.
Nice.
How fun.
So much fun. So much fun. I said, why can't
It just be
why
like
can't
this,
it just be
yeah,
like this,
yeah,
bro?
yeah.
I'm finding like little hidden letters to try to form a sentence. I'm doing mazes with Josie.
You
It was
look like you're tearing up a little bit.
it just.
You want to be a kid again?
I know, absolutely not. I miss the simpler times.
Were you around when they came out with the toaster strudels that instead of apple or strawberry were filled with bacon, egg, and cheese? They were like actual.
I think you're so cap.
I'm serious.
Hot-
Bacon, egg,
are you
cheese.
talking a Hot
Yeah,
Pocket?
you toast them. No. They're bacon,
What
egg,
about
and
Hot
cheese.
Pockets?
They're bacon, egg,
So,
and cheese
too hot.
toaster strudels. But they're not called that, but they're from Pillsbury. You pull them up.
Toaster strudel, bacon, egg, cheese. There's
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you
there's,
go.
there's
Yeah, there you go. Pull one of those up on the main
Toaster
feed.
Wow, the
Toaster
Pittsburgh
scrambles.
boy.
What do they put in these things?
Bacon
do you
and
think
cheese.
it's really
no,
bacon and sausage?
It's probably soy.
It actually looks bomb.
They're
I
so
was, I was
good.
scoffing at first, but this is actually.
They're so good.
I could do
I
it.
mean, where do you go from here? Tamagotchis, tech decks? Like, where does this conversation go?
Can you do any sort of tricks on a tech deck?
I could do a pop shove.
I spent a lot of time learning how to do that.
Did you have the skate park? The whole
No, just like lunch table.
Beyblades? Beyblades?
I used to want to start. You remember AB?
Yeah, of course.
Used to want to start a Beyblade facility, and he was like, "Yeah, my dad will totally like help us get a place." I was like, "What the hell?"
What you mean a Beyblade facility?
Bro, like, but they used to go to like Beyblade arenas.
We just go and duel?
Yeah, like in the show. Do you remember the show?
Yeah.
They would like battle in the show,
Oh.
and I was like, we should just make one of those. It would have been cool, but also it was such a fad and would never work.
Do you remember when we got banned from bringing them to school because someone somewhere in the United States lost an eye?
Oh, probably got.
It was a teacher.
hurt.
I think it was a teacher at school. Someone lost an eye because of a Beyblade, and they got banned everywhere.
Yeah, you gotta.
You got to go with the
Gotta be
safer
tough.
hobbies, like
Pogs. I told you about Pogs.
What are
So you
Pogs?
guys, I think Pogs were
Right
before
before
your
us.
time. Yeah.
Right before us.
If they're just little collectible circles. There's no other better way to describe them. Little collectible circles with different images on them.
Oh.
And then you have what's called a breaker. The big metal things are called breakers, and you smash a pile of Pogs, bro.
What about? Oh, what was that one where you'd flick the thing and you had to line them up on the edge of your? It was like two people edge of the table, and you'd roll one into the other. You flick it into the other thing, and it was like a little figurine man. I can't remember the name of it.
Sounds like some sort of hockey style game.
No, it was like
Did you guys ever play a very violent coin related game called
with the
Quarters?
knuckles. That's what I thought he
Bloody
was describing.
Knuckles.
Yeah.
We played Bloody
When you
Knuckles.
put your
a
knuckles
lot.
on the
Yeah,
table.
you fling the fucking quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you could do some serious damage to one's hands.
Kids were fucking each other.
Fucking
We
each
were
other up,
fucking
yeah.
each other up back in middle school.
Yeah, for sure.
What else was there to do though?
There was. What about the little game where you control your boxers by pushing buttons, and the guys go like this?
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Rockin' or Hungry Hippos. Do you guys have that?
For sure, but that was like way old
Yeah,
school.
now you're
Yeah.
talking.
All
All
right.
right.
Here we go.
I thought about that. I know what you're saying. And it pops. I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about Sorry, or the game that
fucking know.
pops.
We've
and
been
the
talking about
dice
this for too
inside.
long.
How about
What
this
you
game?
got? You got something?
You want to play this way? You ever played Bloody Knuckles this way, where you touch the thing and it can't go down, but you have to touch it?
I don't know about all that.
It sounds good though.
Who's got something?
Just, I mean, first of all, we got to be. Are we time? 110. Steakhouses suck. I can't get a good steak. I don't know what's going on in the food
I did
industry.
notice
My
that.
assumption
I
is
did notice
it's
that.
COVID. The only I'm not a drinker. I haven't been gambling. I'm not smoking crack anymore. Obviously, all I look forward to is some good tasty steaks. I want to go and I want to have my fucking steak. And I hate to do this. I hate to fucking do this. I went to Smith and Walensky, a landmark steakhouse all over the country, Washington and New York and Chicago. And I said, let's go to Smith and Walensky. It's a good spot. Go in there. They got a steakcation menu. Steakcation with Cajun rubbed steaks and shit. It was awful. I haven't had a good steak at Mastro's. Everybody's been letting me down. What's going on?
I so strongly agree with you. Like it's such a specific complaint, but
Right.
I also noticed this. Like I don't know about what it is about steakhouses during this time, but they're just underperforming.
Yeah.
I had a guy come the other day who brought a Wagyu.
Yeah, you told me Wagyu.
And
yeah.
it changed my life.
Some A5.
A5 Wagyu
Yeah.
from a phenomenal distributor here in Los Angeles. And it was I was eating it. I was like, oh my God, this is what good steak tastes like. It was the first phenomenal piece of meat that I've had all 2020. It was a silver lining.
Boa's been putting out good stuff.
they're
They
good.
bucked the
They're
trend.
good,
And
yeah.
there's been some other restaurants I've been to, and what kind of woe is me situation are we in? Middle of pandemic, me crying about fucking steaks, but it's such is life. All I fucking want is a good steak. I'm paying the money for
We
it.
all got desires. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
the only
Like,
thing I want, dude. I just
Yeah.
want a fucking good
bro, I'll sit on this show and complain about rich people shit all
fucking
fucking day.
Well, no,
All
because
day.
they can-
lose touch of everything. I don't care.
They could
Show's
they
going
could
to shit.
recognize.
All right, guys, that's all we got for you. Casey Neistat's coming on Thursday. That's all we got for you.
No, is it?
That's all. I think. Hit that
Bye.
subscribe button. All right. Thanks for listening to this episode of Impulsive.
Love you.
We do. We'll see you next time. Peace.